Welcome to Sex and the One, the podcast with B and KV.
Getting down and dirty about all things love, life, sex, dating
and relationships. What a throwback.
Yeah.
12 months
12
of
months.
podcasting with you.
Yeah.
From our little country tiny house
Yeah.
to studios to hotel rooms to interstate trips. We've done it all almost.
I know. It's like it almost feels like it's been 10 years and it also doesn't feel like it's been a whole year, like at the same time.
Yeah.
And we thought we'd spend a bit of time for those of you that might be tuning in for the first time with us. We're going to do a bit of a recap of where we came from, how the pod came about. Like we actually just spoke to someone recently who said, "Oh, Sex and the One. Oh, is that because your book's called The One?" And I said, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah.
So
a whole year later.
Yeah, just for the people that don't know and for the people that want to reminisce with us, this is the episode we're going to talk about all things first birthday.
Sex, love, dating, relationships.
Yeah, sex, love, dating and relationships. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's go back.
Let's go way back.
Let's go back when I was writing my book and we were chatting on the phone and I said, it'd be so good if we could talk about the book in some capacity. And we still don't know who came up with the idea of doing a pod, do we?
No, I think it was more because we were in so much conversation about the topics that we were just like, we think everyone should be in on our chats.
Yeah.
And it was such deep, thoughtful, thought-provoking conversation that we're like, I think we should put this out to everyone.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that it all came from.
And then I hired a tiny house that we didn't know that you would have no reception in.
No reception, no network, no internet.
No.
And we had every sound you could think of. So if you go back to our pilot, which is a very funny episode, our sound was so shit.
Yeah. And thankfully, we didn't think to put the microphones close to our mouth, which was actually a good thing because we were recording on two computers and your computer didn't work.
My computer
and
had
so
a bloody
we had
meltdown.
to pick up the sound from my microphone for you, which is why you're quieter than me in the first 9 episodes.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe we should redo those.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we probably should. The content was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
And that first story that broke the internet. The naked man.
Yeah, the naked man.
Naked
what?
man.
If I saw him again now, I'd probably give him a hug because thank you for changing my life, naked man.
Aww.
Yeah, rocking up on a date in the middle of the day, in the middle of a well lit area.
I know.
It's just amazing to appear naked in the middle of June as well. It was, and
was he shriveled? Didn't have asked you.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
No, you didn't look. You were too mortified.
Oh, I looked. wasn't that mortified?
The fact that he was naked in the middle of a bush track.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have been.
I had a go. I had a look. Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, I did. I immediately jumped into the how am I going to get him to get some clothes on scenario? But anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, it was so cool because I remember when we met at the tiny house, you said to me, you gave me a big hug and you go, I haven't told a single soul that I'm doing this podcast.
And my girlfriends got so mad at me for not
Did
telling
they?
them. Yeah.
What did they say?
I got messages like, why didn't you tell us? Like, why is this such a surprise? And I don't know, our relationship to me has always been this way. I've never, it just is. We talk every day. And other friends I don't do that with. So for me, it was just this is who I am.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you everything. But at the same time, I was really scared.
Yeah.
I was really scared about what we were going to talk about, what vulnerabilities within our lives we were going to share, how that would affect me, how that would affect my husband, how that affected. And we've gotten to a point now where I think there's nothing else left to what else happened? I said
at the start, you were just interviewing me. You said I'll do it if I'm just interviewing you, and you're the person who's written the book, and I'm going to be the interviewer. Yep. And I mean, I agreed to that, knowing that you would that would
you'd
be
get
short-lived,
it out of me eventually,
and that eventually and then of course my favourite episode to this day probably. Well, certainly of the early ones was be in the hot seat when I got to turn the tables and ask you questions.
Where you had the card in your hand.
And it's one of the most most watched episodes.
Is it?
Yeah. Besides the pilot. The pilot's like obviously right up there.
Yeah.
And a bit of saucy talk and the apps. Like, you know, the OG episodes were very, very popular. I've actually got a few comments. I was looking at it earlier from ages ago. People saying I can't stop laughing. Someone had mentioned the Cougar Rule and that they learned this 20 years ago and still refer to it after all this time.
Can you please remind everyone of the Cougar Rule?
So the Cougar Rule is you're allowed to date someone or have sexual relations with someone, allowed being like this is a joke thing, half your age plus 7 years.
Half your age
I'm
plus
53, so half my age is 27.
Yep.
Ish.
No.
Plus 7 years is 34 for me. And yours is...
Well, I'm 36. Minus, what is it? Minus, half that. What's 36 divided by 2?
Is 18.
18.
25.
12.
25 for you. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Doesn't sometimes it feel really young?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So some comments that were written early on, I can see this podcast going for a few more years the way you two are open-minded about all things. And you know what's funny is you and I both thought, I hope we don't run out of material.
I know.
And like...
That is not a problem.
We have so much material, we don't have time to even scratch the surface of it.
Know.
I've got like
people
pages and pages of notes from the material.
We've got, yes. And thank you. I want to say thank you to your smoothie bar community because they've been vulnerable and open with you and us, and they've, really contributed to our weekly discussions, and I want to mention them because I know I'm not physically there to see them and thank them, but I really do appreciate their time that they give to our pod and to you.
Yeah, especially podcast question day.
Yes.
People are very honest and open.
So honest.
I mean, it's really great because when the book came out, a lot of them read it, and so a lot of them then did feel comfortable sharing with me because they knew I had shared first. Yeah. And so I wasn't just asking for
random question.
Like, please tell me all your life and I'm not going to share mine. They know all of mine.
Yeah.
And also they know I'm asking for educational purposes.
That's right.
And I don't know about you, but I'm finding the funnest part about this pod is that we can say, I've got a pod, that's why I have to know this, we can rock up to things, we can watch things that we wouldn't normally necessarily watch because, it's research.
It's research.
And we can do a lot of stuff.
We can go to the Museum of Desire for research.
Yeah.
We can go to Amsterdam for research.
Yeah, we're going to Amsterdam.
So I watched The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yes.
And they are in Amsterdam at the moment.
Oh.
And they went to the red light district and they all dressed in their most promiscuous outfits. One lady had this beautiful lace, like black see-through with like a bra and a little, shorties on. And they got to dance in a red light district window.
Oh, are we going to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, how fun is that?
Yeah, I totally
Live out your dream,
That is going down, is it? Definitely going. Someone sent me some pictures from Paris too. There's like a whole strip in Paris.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to.
That's where the Moulin Rouge is. That's the red light district.
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge, that strip, is their red light district.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
we're going there.
Yeah.
Someone's written, love the friendship between you two both and look forward to listening every week.
Aww.
Firstly, you are so right on how sex is ingrained to be the act to make a baby. It really got the old brain cogs turning. It's not really something I'd thought about until today. And we've got like so many comments like that have happened over the whole year where, and this is what makes us really, warms our hearts, is we don't want people to do life like we do life. Because B and I don't even have a similar life at all ourselves. We want people to feel comfortable to do their own and feel like they're educated with the information, but also they feel confident to be themselves. And like we don't believe should belongs in the English language because people should do whatever
the fuck they want
to. And people are free to live their own lives, which was the point of the book and it's the point of the pod, is to release the shame that is associated with a lot of these things. And it's
I think
okay.
we have achieved that this year. I feel that we have with, yes, the comments like online, but what about the personal comments, like the ones that you'll get sent to you in your messenger, or you know, personally from people that may have started following?
What would be your favourite comment that you feel like you've had?
A friend of mine, you know, when you don't know people are listening, and then you get that random, like, you know, maybe we were a couple of months in and a girlfriend of mine reached out that I hadn't seen in a few years, like physically seen, but, you know, when you're on socials, you feel like you see everyone all the time.
Yes.
And she reached out, and it was a bit of a message, but it was so kind and so uplifting. And honestly, it made me go, oh, that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
And it was just one married woman to another. I'm so proud of you for sharing. Thank you for getting me through my cleaning sprees.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of
I
people
just
listen to us while they're
binge.
cleaning.
Yep. I just binge. I could listen all day. But it was the whole, like, like what you're saying. I understand.
I feel
and
you.
I feel. Yeah.
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 Yeah. You know, it's like, and you and I both have that in common. We like the heart to hearts.
Yeah.
Anything that's a heart to heart is we're down to. And also when people like question themselves, when they go, I've always thought of life this way, but you've made me go, oh. Now, I've had a lot of people, especially with the monogamy chat. There's lots of monogamy chat we've had over the year, and
that was one of the earlier topics.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. And people think I'm so staunchly non-monogamous, but I'm just single. So let's all just calm down, people. But like a lot of people went, I get it, I get it, and like just getting it is awesome, and that's all that's required. People just need to have thought about. That the other people might want to live their life differently to them.
And that was one of the initial points that we made. Like I remember when we'd first started, I don't even think we'd started recording yet. And we each went, let's do an Instagram post or like a TikTok post on what Sex and the One means to us.
Yes.
And it was like, we just want to give people the platform and the opportunity to talk about something that doesn't have to be taboo. Like if you want to talk about it, you want to talk about it. And we just want to open that dialogue for people. And I think we have.
Yeah, 100%. Like we want to say we love sex. Like we've always wanted to say we love sex.
We love sex.
Yeah. And we like having sex. We like talking about sex. And like, as we were discussing earlier, I now get to talk about it all day, every day. And there is no negatives to that. Yeah, it's very awesome.
Yep.
So let's talk about some of the previous episodes. I'm going to read them out. And you tell me what you think about this episode.
Oh my gosh, I hope I remember.
Body count.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was
That
me.
was all you.
Everyone thought it was you, and now they're surprised.
Oh, shocker.
What did we talk about when we talked about body count?
We didn't talk about the numbers. We were just talking about like that doesn't matter. Like it's an experience is an experience. Like we mentioned, like we didn't talk about how many there were. It wasn't about that, and there shouldn't be any shame in it.
Well, I think we talked a fair bit about how, like in society, if a man's body count goes up, he's better,
100%.
and if a woman's her value decreases, there is no actual physical thing that makes that true, other than society's perceptions of needing to control women and their joy. And I mentioned this recently. I was actually a guest speaker on a podcast recently.
Yes, you were.
Called The True North Show. And I was talking about this. It's like the woman had said to me, oh, you know, orgasms are the best feeling on the planet. And I go, yeah, and they're the most regulated for women. We're shamed for loving them. And yet it's phenomenal to experience an orgasm, but you're only allowed to have it with this guy once when you're married. And do this, and somehow your vagina gets bigger if you have sex with more men. But if you have sex with your husband every day, it doesn't.
It doesn't. But it's the same. Like
it doesn't. Like I mean, it's like the ridiculousness of this whole body
when you
count
put it
thing
like that.
is just
When you put it like that,
it's just insane. Okay, threesomes. We talked about threesomes.
That was about you too. And maybe my fantasies.
Wow. What? No, actually, it wasn't about me. It was about you and your thruster.
Oh fucking hell! Oh, that's when I divulged The thruster.
Yeah. You had a threesome.
that is so
Just
funny.
didn't involve a person.
That is so funny.
Smart books. Now, that was definitely you.
That was definitely me living in that world.
Yeah.
And then I found a little community to be involved in online.
I was talking to somebody yesterday who I was asking podcast question of the week, and the question was, who is your celebrity hall pass?
Oh, yes.
And she said a guy's name I've never heard of. And I said, who is that? And she said, he is an AI guy from my smut book. So somebody wrote a smut book. He's detailed this guy who sounds amazing. And then in this book, someone's drawn this guy who is not real. And she is fully lusting after this not real person from the smut book.
But that's what you do when you read. You get lost in the
Imaginary
story.
Men. And he's literally an imaginary man. And there's quite a lot of people that actually are enjoying this whole AI thing.
Cliterature and AI generated men that actually respond to you.
Yeah. Look at them replying to your messages and not cheating. How awesome is that? Blowjobs and menopause. Can you imagine how that episode went down? I wonder who had the menopause and who was given the blowjobs.
Oh my God, it took me so long just to say anything then because I was pissing myself laughing.
This is before you were in the hot seat. The next one was when you were in the hot seat.
Oh Lord. What did I give away that? Oh, that episode was about sex on the balcony in Vegas.
Yeah. And how it was after your daughter's name, wasn't it?
Aria.
Yeah.
So the hotel we stayed at was the Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
And that balcony looked out onto the
Aria. And that's Aria. That's where you come from when you listen to this one day.
No, she wasn't made there.
Oh.
Her name came from there.
Oh. But you did things there.
Yeah.
You did
blowjobs. And then we
blowjobs.
brought our kids back there.
As you do.
Same place.
To watch the balcony that your parents had sex in. Okay, that's sounding good.
No, that's not true.
No. I hope it's not. Then we did the quizzes. So that was the love languages and the BDSM quiz.
God, I love those quizzes.
Yeah.
And I think that they're very helpful.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about love languages the other day, I was having a very deep conversation about, it just seems to me like this relationship is not working because they don't know their own love languages. And it could be, everything could be solved. The problem could be solved if you just fucking knew how to love each other and what each other needed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Because if the woman needs the speaking ones and he's trying
words
of
praise,
and he's trying to physically do something,
then she ain't gonna. It's not matching.
No, mowing the lawn's not going to help me, buddy.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
So then we had our very first special guest, which was my all-time favourite guest, I will say, your husband.
Oh, he was beautiful.
And one of the things I remember about those episodes is we did one episode with just me and Anth, and B said, I'm out of here. I'm not even going to be in the episode. And I was like, what? And she was like, he'll talk differently if I'm not there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So she shoves us both in a bed and then says, I'm going to the next room. And then we had the next episode we recorded with you there, and you didn't know what we'd talked about the previous episode. And I'd asked a question and you went, oh, that sounds pretty deep. And I'm like, oh, when she listens to the episode, she's going to be really shocked. Because we went really deep. We went all about his fears and all the things
I didn't know any of that.
That he's concerned about. And he was just like a beautiful shining light of a man. And he's what so women who feel like they might settle can watch that episode and realise don't.
I hope.
Because Anth exists. And so therefore others might too.
I've always had this thing, and I've said this to you from the start, I'm really worried about sharing our love story. I don't want it to come across to people in the wrong way. I want everyone to find that if that's what you want.
Yeah.
And yes, I think that's the best way to put it. He exists.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. We're not perfect.
No.
We each have our flaws. But it is a beautiful love story. And as a man, I feel like he really is in tune.
1,000%.
And he's aware and gives me my space, and we can connect, we communicate. Everything that I could ask of him, he is. And you all deserve that too.
Yeah. And but
if you want it.
But full stop,
you don't
that's awesome. Because if women don't show the beauty and the awesomeness, we won't think it exists, and then we might put up with, dumbass, which,
Yeah.
which is what I've done many times. Okay, so then we talked about the big O. We talk about the big O all the time.
Yes.
Then we had Gutto.
Our very first real guest.
Yes. So interesting.
Oh my God, that story.
Interesting backstory.
Yeah, do you want to know it?
Yeah, let's tell the backstory because no one knows this. We had agreed, well, we had booked the flights to fly to
The Gold
Coast to interview someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
You can talk about that. Or you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, it's your story to tell.
I was talking to someone at the time who I thought was a high value man that I thought would be really good, like to back up Ant's interview, because at that time we were looking for men that we could use as examples to show women, look, they're out there, like it's, it's like a needle in a haystack, but they are there. And circumstances occurred.
Yeah.
And rocks got overturned. And
the truth was revealed.
Yeah.
It always happens.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then we realised we didn't want to.
No, it wasn't the right person. It wasn't the right
people at the pod. Yeah. Not in his current state.
No.
Yep.
So then we were like, well, we're
already going to the Gold Coast, so let's do this.
Let's just stick to it. And we were walking around Cavill Avenue, and there's a place called Cheeky Waffles, and we went in there and got our cheeky waffle and met Gutto.
Yeah, we did.
He served us, and we connected instantly, and his vibe got us, and then we interviewed him on the pod, and he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. It was all meant to be, wasn't it? And that other situation, I'm sure, resolved itself, and he's gone and done his own journey, as we all do, because no judgment, because mate, we all do stuff that we need to learn from, and some things are in alignment and some things aren't, but we all just wish people well, don't we?
Yes.
Moving on. So then we interviewed Chloe.
Yes.
So Chloe. She was our first single lady that we interviewed.
Yeah, and that was a really good two-parter.
Yep.
She got really vulnerable. Shed a tear, actually. I think I shed a tear as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to, empathizing with the single woman.
Yeah.
And what that looks like and what that feels like.
Because it was different for her than it is for me, because I've had my children and she hasn't had children. And so that's a whole different ball game to be in. I can be in the game where I'm just not invested at all.
Yeah. But now she is going on a fertility journey of her own. Yeah. And egg retrieval and so it got her talking, got her thinking.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah.
And then we've had a whole bunch of other guests since then, because we expanded our circle of like-minded souls, and we've met so many great people on the journey. What is the moment that stands out the most to you from the pod?
A moment well, when we first started this was a springboard from the one, right?
Yes.
And in the one, you mention, you really break down everything that has transpired over your journey and what's led you to this point in varying ways. And I think for me, what stood out is the episode where you make reference to your divorce and how that all went down and what that looked like for you, and how I know we've talked about it, but we hadn't talked about it like that before. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the fact that you could go there, not only for your own cathartic reasons, but the fact that you could share with the audience the way you did, and me in that room at the time, that space was really special. And that was a moment for me, for you, in a way.
Yeah.
Being able to be there to hear that. Yeah, I felt honoured, and I was lucky to have you there and hear it the way that it went down. And I think that would have helped a lot of people.
Thank you. It's one of those things that's really interesting. Being vulnerable is exhausting. Because I remember we did that episode, and then we filmed a whole bunch of episodes after that.
Oh,
and
you were dead.
Yeah. But often they're the most rewarding ones, aren't they? So, and usually, for me anyway, the hardest things in life have been the best things.
Yeah.
Like when you look back, because they turn you onto a new trajectory. that you would never. I would never have experienced any of this.
No.
I wouldn't have even met you
Nah.
had I still been married. Now I would have been living under the married
that's
rock.
true.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
like a whole different life unfolded.
So true.
It was a massive gift, and it was also humiliatingly horrific.
At the
You know,
same
like
time.
yeah, but it's cool though now for me, because this is like obviously 15 years ago. I'm now at the bit where I feel I can go through something and I'm in the middle of it, and I can see the gift that it is in the middle. Whereas you can't often you
From
have
that
to see it afterwards.
specific experience,
Yeah,
do you think?
yeah. Now
How
I can
powerful is
see
that?
during, but I could never do that before. But
Yeah.
now I can. Yeah.
Yeah, you are a different person.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
just
wouldn't-
become a different person.
You have to. You don't have a choice.
But I want to talk about like my standout moment for you.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
There's a
that wasn't
million.
about you. Like, as in you asked me what my standout moment was, saying that episode
Yeah,
for me
yeah,
was
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, that's fine. No, because mine's going to be about you anyway, so
Oh.
you're fine.
Oh, I didn't mean for it to be
so,
like that.
So
Okay.
is be in the hot seat, as I've talked about.
be in the hot
When you talked about the seeing the psychologist and the advice that she'd given about the bed.
Balls or the
and
bed?
the balls.
The balls or the
the
bed?
balls and the bed. And you used the ball on me today. You'd said to me, drop the plastic ball, Chris. Just
It's
drop
gonna
the
happen.
plastic ball. It's not glass. And it's the fucking best advice ever. And I could not be more grateful to have you as my friend.
Happy birthday.
And I'm crying on the pod. What a shocker. But you're amazing.
You're amazing.
And I don't think sometimes you realise how amazing you are and how many people you helped with that episode.
Well, I had to fucking break to go to the psychologist for her to tell me. I had to pay a lot of money for that fucking example.
Yeah, well, that'll be $5,000. Thank you, plastic ball. But you're still using it, so I mean,
I know, that's the one
value
thing
for
I got
money,
out of it.
isn't it?
Hey,
It's
no,
totally
that's
worth it.
true.
And then the bed diagram thing you did.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
I think that's really important for parents to remember if you want your relationship to stay intact.
100%.
Like, I get it, they're not going to be little forever, but you also need to cherish if
what
you
have.
want to
Well,
keep your marriage.
This then leads into, I'm
functioning.
sure, an important episode for you is the drift.
Yeah.
So that's how the drift in relationships can occur. It
Yeah.
starts in the bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, like if you share the bed with your child, then the drift can be created from that, can't it?
It can be. It can be created in multiple ways. It was not really like that for me personally, but I just remember that moment. Yeah, it was massive in our marriage. Yeah.
What's the funnest bit? Let's end on a happy note.
The funnest bit, I've just loved the laughing and like the ecstasy that the chats have brought us and the
Yeah.
connections that we've made. I wouldn't have made them otherwise.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the adventures we've been on.
Well,
Like-
you and I've liked like let's nudge the needle a little bit. Let's just say this. Let's
How
just say
far
this.
is she
Let's
gonna
just say
fucking
this.
push me?
And now there's nothing we won't say. There's just nothing we won't say, and there's nothing we won't do
Oh,
because we have not had our fears have not been realised. People have been really
Wonderful.
supportive, and we are so grateful for the audience. We are so grateful
Yeah.
for our friends and our family,
Yeah.
and because we have not had. There is no one in our life that's gone, you're a psycho, get out.
They might think that.
They
They
can
just don't say it.
No. But how
But it
cool is
hasn't
that?
happened.
How
No.
cool is that? We're so
It's-
lucky.
We are lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Anyway, love you.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for listening to us for 12 months.
Yeah. And
And
bring
all
on
those
the next 12.
Yes. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Sex and the One, an original podcast created by,
KV&B,
produced by,
B&KV,
content by,
KV&B,
enthusiasm for sex.
B, and mostly KV.